Hi, everyone. This is Steve with Finding Men's Peace, and I want to share more about holding space and that whole concept since it will be the topic of my next Finding Inner Strength Fellowship call next week. And I want to get pretty vulnerable here because I am sharing from my own experience in my own life um, and my prior marriages. I've been married twice and now divorced twice, and looking back, I can see with all marriages, there are a lot of reasons why marriages end. With all marriages that do end, there are a lot of reasons why they do, and there are usually more than one reason on both sides of the equation, and that's certainly true of both of my marriages that ended in divorce. Um, but being able to look at the things that I did that contributed to those marriages not lasting helps me grow, and therefore it will help others grow if I can talk about it. And so that's what I'm doing here. And so the concept of holding space is something I didn't really know even existed. I didn't know what it was. Probably as recently as 3 or 4 years ago, I started hearing the concept. Then and through context thought I might know what it meant, and then really started really learning what it meant probably about a year ago, so after my second divorce. And here's the deal. Looking back at both of my marriages, so holding space is important in all relationships, whether they're romantic, whether they are work and career oriented, whether they're with friends. Holding space means being present with someone, listening to what they have to say without trying to fix them, without trying to offer solutions, without passing judgment. All right. So if I go back to my first marriage, which ended 15 years ago, so we're going pretty far back here. I and again, this was a long time ago, so my memory here isn't going to be completely uh, accurate, I guess. But the thinking back, I don't think I held space for my wife in that marriage very often, um, especially when things got emotional. So I mean, yeah, I mean, we talked and yeah, I listened. But if you know, in those really vulnerable places where someone is sharing emotionally with you, talking about those spaces with my first wife, I don't think I did a very good job of holding space. And when I say that, I mean I don't think I just listened without trying to fix or even possibly pass judgment. I just wasn't comfortable there, and didn't do it. So yes, I'm admitting that here. I'm letting you know. And so then fast forward to my second marriage, which just ended 18 months ago. Um, in that marriage, I was better. I had learned some lessons from the first marriage, and I was better at holding space. But at some point, if she was sharing something with me, and it was getting emotional, at some point there was a line. I had a line, and once it got there, I wasn't holding space for her anymore. Um, and so again, being honest, that is where things were. That's one of the reasons. That's one of the contributions to that marriage ending. Not the only one, but that didn't help. All right. So now, okay, I've gone through a lot of I shouldn't say gone through. I've done a lot of transformational work, working with coaches, working with other people that have helped me kind of basically work through a lot of things and help me see, um, kind of help me get to where I am today. And one of those things has been I've worked with a coach on helping me connect to my own emotions. And so about halfway through that program with that coach, and her name is Erica Stewart of Inner Fire Wellness. About halfway through a 10-month program with that coach, I realized that the reason that basically that's when I really understood what holding space was. I realized that um, when things got emotional in a relationship, and I was in a discussion with either of my ex-wives, when they got emotional, I couldn't go there. And the reason I couldn't go there is because I didn't have access to those same emotions. I didn't have access to that sadness. I didn't have access to that fear. I didn't have access to even that anger, to a certain degree. Yeah, I could get angry, but and I could show it. But when she was expressing anger, in a conversation with me, even if it wasn't specifically about me, I wasn't comfortable going there, and so I couldn't hold that space. And so here's why that's a part of my past, and not going to be part of my present and future. Now I know that, and now I do know how to connect to my emotions. Now I do know how to process them and express them, and I'm a lot more comfortable. I'm very comfortable now, sitting with someone, listening to what they have to say, letting them be emotional without fixing them, without trying to solve anything for them, without being judgmental. Everyone needs to work through their emotions, and I'm there in future relationships to do that with someone. I couldn't be there until I could connect emotionally with my own emotions. So that's why I'm saying this. It's so crucial. That combination of holding space and being able to be comfortable with other people's emotions is crucial, but you can't be comfortable with someone else's emotions until you're comfortable with your own. And I say this because it is an area that a lot of men could improve on in relationships. It would do a lot for a lot of relationships that are where there's a disconnect. A lot of relationships could really grow if the man could connect emotionally to their own emotions, and therefore connect emotionally to the emotions of their partner in a holding space environment, without trying to fix, without trying to solve the issue, without being judgmental. And that's why I'm saying that here. That's why I think the topic of next week's Finding Inner Strength Fellowship is so important, because it's something so many people could grow from, and so many relationships could grow with and from. And I'm going to go even deeper. I'm going to go even deeper in the Finding Inner Strength Fellowship call. I'm going to also offer solutions for how men can connect to their emotions in actually a fairly easy way. So it's not something. Well, the solutions I'm going to offer are not things that you can't do next week, once you know how to do them. So that will be part of the Finding Inner Strength Fellowship call on holding space next week. I invite all men to join me in that call to learn more about what holding space is, how you can hold space, how you can get comfortable with your own emotions so that you can be comfortable holding space for your partners, your significant others, and your relationships, whether it's a current relationship or if you're single, if it's a future relationship, how you can be comfortable doing that. Once you're comfortable at least identifying your own emotions, you're in a much better place to hold space for your significant other while you're holding space for them. So that is everything for this one. Thank you for listening. I look forward to seeing you on the Finding Inner Strength Fellowship call next week. And I will leave a link. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, the link will be in the comments. If you're watching on Instagram, the link will be in my bio. All right, thanks. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye.